we will be talking to Nisha Dharamwal. Nisha Dharamwal, who is a representative from Algoma University, will be part of the webinar. I know that at the start we had a little technical problem, but now I think we are doing pretty well. I welcome everyone to be part of this webinar. We are live on Zoom, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. This webinar, if you have missed it, you can see this on all social media platforms later on as well. Just to let you know, within the next few days, we'll also be joined by Harminder Singh, who has been into immigration business since 1990s. A lot of experience. A director of our company from India will be joining with us within the next few days. Today, we have Algoma University representative Nisha Dharamwal, who will be discussing about Algoma University, how Algoma University helps international students fulfill their dream to come and study in Canada. And most of the students, they get their permanent residencies after studying in these esteemed organizations. Algoma University, one of the best institutes in Canada, which helps students study, fulfill their dreams. After studying for 2 years, you get your post-graduation work permit for 3 years, which helps you gain Canadian education and Canadian experience. So it's Algoma University is also an SDS Institute. Algoma University is helping students in this pandemic situation as well by like Nisha will be telling us how, by helping, there are many students who are unable to give IELTS at this moment, so how would Algoma University help those students who are unable to give IELTS at this moment? So Nisha Dharamwal, who is a representative from Algoma University, will be helping us, will be discussing on these issues. We'll also be discussing what courses Algoma University offers. So by the time we have Nisha Dharamwal on this webinar, we'll discuss study permits and stuff. Study permits. So someone who has done grade 12 or who is thinking to come to Canada, there are few points, there are few things that he or she must keep in mind. The education should be relevant to the course that you are thinking to take, financial liabilities, and all these stuff. So it's always better to work with a licensed immigration consultant so that you can get the right advice and achieve your dream of coming to Canada and study in Canada. Institutes like Algoma Universities are a dream come true opportunities for people who actually want to study and want to fulfill their dreams. We have Tanvi Singh, who is our licensed immigration consultant. We'll be having Nisha Dharamwal, representative from Algoma University, within the next few minutes. By the time we have Nisha Dharamwal online, we'll talk to Tanvi Singh and ask him, how does study permit gets impacted during this pandemic?
Kashigalji, before we start with that, like right now you discussed that the education part. One of the most important things to keep in mind while completing your grade 12 is that if your percentage, if your marks are below par, it's going to be a problem for you. So make sure you have a good grade in your grade 12. Try to get at least 60% or higher. Even higher would be better. The low scores are always going to cause problems for you to get your dreams come to reality if you plan to come to Canada on a study base. IELTS is one of the other things that you need to keep in mind. During this pandemic, a lot of colleges, a lot of universities have allowed different courses, different platforms to give your English exams. Something like Duolingo has come into light. You can apply with Duolingo, you can get your admissions by doing Duolingo, so that's one of the other things that have come into light due to this pandemic.
I think this is a good question that we should ask Nisha today. That is Algoma University accepting Duolingo or not? We'll ask Nisha Dharamwal, a representative from Algoma University, will be joining with us within next few minutes, and we'll ask all these questions. I'm happy to announce that we have Nisha Dharamwal, who has just joined us on this webinar. She will be talking about Algoma University and the future and the brightness that she brings along. This institute brings along, and this institute has been helping students from many years. And how Algoma University is helping international students, let's leave it to Nisha Dharamwal, who's going to discuss about Algoma University.
Thank you so much to Brampton Immigration Consultant team who give us this opportunity to go live on this stream, to connecting a lot of social media platform like Facebook, Instagram, and many more. But this is one of the great opportunity we have that we're going to talk more about the current situation, that because you guys already in Canada, you have pretty much idea about the situation in Canada, but we're going to more talk about the campus location because you guys already in Brampton location. So you have a lot of clarity about Brampton location, what kind of a culture and student atmosphere we have, especially in Susan Mary. I'm going to talk more about that, what exactly we have in Susan Mary campus location, what kind of a courses currently we have for like international students, those who are looking forward to go for September 2020. So that's our main agenda, to focus on the requirements, scholarship and bursaries, as well as we're going to talk more about the new programs that we have launched recently, a few days back. That's one of the great opportunity we have. So Sandeep ji, thank you so much for having me today to live on the social media platform. But before I'm going to start this presentation, I would like to show you our main campus, Susan Campus, Ontario location, one of the beautiful campus we have, as well as I'm going to represent one of the video about the current our current campus, Susan Campus location. So this is really exciting things we have in Susan Campus location. So if you can allow me in a minute. That's great. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Here, we celebrate something special. Something bigger than just you or me. Here, we take a closer look at ourselves and those around us, seeing what's important, what's right. Here, we can expect to meet those who think like you and those who bring something new. Here, we are proudly unique. Here, we honor heritage, voice ourselves, declare ourselves. Here, we find meaning, accept challenges, build communities. Here, we choose to be great with others who are great. Here, we learn that transformation can lead to amazings. Here, we and you can be all in. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
Thank you so much for watching this video. So I'll quickly want to start the presentation now, but I really appreciate to each one of you whosoever watching this video right now, or if you have any question related to Algoma University in regards of the program, requirement, or scholarship, or anything you would like to know, feel free to connect with Mr. Sandeep Singh, or you can drop down on the comment section or anywhere. I will definitely get back to you once I over this presentation. So thank you so much again for Brampton Immigration team for having us today. So as you know, Algoma University is one of the top universities in Canada. We are located in one of the beautiful provinces in Canada. We have a 2-campus location. So our main campus located in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. That's one of our main campus we have. So Brampton, Ontario, we have launched this campus last year, 2019. So Algoma University, established in 1965, more than 20 years back, old university, where we almost going to talk about the campus location, the background, the history about Algoma University, because our first campus that we have launched in Ontario, which is Northern Ontario, we have Sault Ste. Marie campus located. So the Brampton, we have launched this campus last year in 2019. So Algoma University, it's almost on 71th ranking among all the country ranking university and colleges in Canada. That's one of the great opportunity we have for international students. Those who are looking forward to go for undergrad and postgrad program. That's one of the unique things about Algoma University, because they have a great opportunities. They have a different varieties in regards of programs. Those who are looking forward to go for undergrad and postgrad courses, because some university and colleges, they have the limitations on the providing by the programs and the degree and the diploma. But the best thing about Algoma University, they have different kind of varieties on the program. So as a matter if student from arts background, medical, non-medical, they have a right to choose all this program right now in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, as well as in Brampton, Ontario. So on the next slide, you can see that Sault Ste. Marie basically located in Northern Ontario, one of the regional locations we have in Canada. So we are very close to US and Canada border, hardly 20 minutes drive. And we are very close to US border city, to the Michigan and Chicago, hardly 20 minutes drive. That's how we are very close to US and Canada border. The best thing about Sault Ste. Marie, that this campus, this location basically, small city, like 75,000 student capacity, but a huge advantage in terms of those who are looking forward to study, those who are looking forward to migrate, as well as permanent residency. It's quite easier way, as well as those who are looking forward to go for work permit opportunities. So that's one of the great advantage we have, because big cities like Brampton, Toronto, like Vancouver, it is good to study and live over there, but sometimes students finding a lot of challenges in regards of permanent residency options, like work permit options, part-time and full-time, the wages they are getting, in Sault Ste. Location as well as in Brampton. So that's what I think Brampton Immigration is one of the great partner we have, that they always talk about the huge advantage where they have to study in colleges as well as in the university. So Sault Ste. Marie, in entire location, we are the 2 institute. One is Algoma University, another we have a Salt College. So Algoma University, almost like 40,000 square feet is the campus we have, where we can provide you maximum possibilities in terms of on-campus accommodation. On campus, we have amazing research labs, we have a practical labs, as well as we have amazing athletes, we have a gym access, as well as we can provide you on-campus and off-campus jobs opportunities. And that would always student always looking forward to, and having these opportunities to be an international student. So if I'll talk about Brampton, so Brampton, they have a campus very close to Toronto, almost like 1 hour drive, and very close to Toronto Pearson Airport. We are not that far. And one of the very unique thing about, because in entire Brampton, we are the only one unique university. That's what makes me feel proud that I'm representing one of the unique university in entire Brampton location, because we have a lot of private colleges and public colleges in entire Brampton location, but there's no other university competition around. Because I think, as Mr. Sandeep had informed that we have an office very close to Algoma University campus location, and that's what makes it unique about that. If any student looking forward to go, Brampton, Toronto, Vancouver, they're always looking forward for a prime location, studying in that particular location. But the things about like Brampton to Sault Ste. Marie, we are almost 9 hours via distance is a cover that student need to understand. But via flight, we are almost 1 hour minutes is a distance location. So we are not that far from Brampton to Sault Ste. Marie campus location. So coming back on the next slide. So on the next slide, we are talking about that how the local people in Canada, how the local people in Sault Ste. Marie, they used to pronounce that particular location. Because when I was in Canada, so I understand one of the fact about that we don't have to call it as a Sault Ste. Marie, because the local people in Sault, they have the habit of like advantage, they have to call it as a Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. So that's what people need to understand, that how we have to pronounce the name about that particular location. So we have to call it as a Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. So as I said, we are very close to border city to the US. We are very close to US and Canada border. We are very close to Michigan and Chicago. So that's one of the great advantage for international student. If you have a US visa, so you can easily touch down to New York City. You can go to Michigan and Chicago. That's how we are close. You don't have to go all the way from Toronto to US, India to US. It's almost take a lot of hours, a lot of time to that distance needs to cover. So that was really need to understand that how close we are from Sault Ste. Marie to US campus border. So coming back on the next slide. So on the next slide, we are talking about that Sault Ste. campus location, because that's again one of the fact about why we have to study and why we have to choose to study in Sault Ste. location, because this campus surrounded by a beautiful mountain, the environment, 3 lakes, superiors, city, and the island and the beaches. Because Canada is quite big, so students need to understand that not only as a tourist, as a student, we need to explore each one of city and the province, because entire Canada we need to explore the beauty about the particular location. So that's what we always going to talk about Sault Ste. location, because the campus surrounded by full of nature, mountain, like forest, as well as the beaches. Because if you see on the Brampton, you cannot feel the environment and you cannot enjoy the nature and the beaches, right? So same like if you're studying in Sault Ste. location, you can definitely understand the value of Sault Ste. location, the environment, how the people managing their life in Sault Ste. particular location. So that's what students always enjoy, especially on the summers holidays. Like summers are happening right now in Canada. The normal temperatures goes like 20-25 or maybe close to that. So students feel like to go on the beaches and the island. They really want to explore, go on a hiking and adventure they want to do. But if they're studying in Sault Ste. location, they can definitely get these amazing possibilities being an international student. So coming back on the next slide. So on the next slide, we are talking about that what exactly do we have in Sault Ste. campus location? What are the benefits about in Sault Ste. location being an international student? So I had a great opportunity when I was in Sault Ste. campus location, because I met a couple of Indian students and they have a really amazing experience, because they're enjoying the university life, the college life. They're getting the easy jobs options over there, and the wages quite higher as comparison to other cities. That's one of the great advantage. As well as in the new immigration has been implemented, like rural pilot immigration. So that's one of the key factor about studying in Sault Ste. location, and that's where Brampton Immigration is going to tell you more about that rural pilot immigration. So that means if any student graduate from Algoma University, so after 6 months you can apply for the easy PR. So that's one of the great advantage you have studying in one of the regional location and having this wonderful experience. So when I was in Sault Ste. campus location, I understand one of the key factor that everything is so amazing. Everything is so close by to the campus. You don't require the transportation in every 20-minute drive or like half an hour, 1 hour drive. That means we could local the people in Sault Ste. location, they more prefer to go on the bicycle, they more prefer to go on via walk, because everything is so close. You're needing what you required within the 5-10 minutes. So if I talk about the Walmart, the medical shop, and as well as the grocery shop, even though the restaurants over there, so close, like 5 to 10 minutes walking distance. So because when I was there in Sault Ste. location, I don't really require the transportation in that particular location in Sault Ste. Marie. So that means being an international student or as a local person, as a tourist, I can save a lot of money in terms of your transportation, for your meals, for your accommodation, for your residence, or etc. So that's what we need to address to each one of student. If you're looking forward to having one of the great opportunities, looking forward to have this a great work experience, or if you really want to looking forward to for easy PR possibilities, so yes, I can advise you to have a do a little bit research about institutes and campus location, because the rural pilot immigration has been implemented. So the Brampton immigration going to talk more about but later. So coming back on the next slide, so this is our Brampton campus location. So you can see that one of our brown building, we have this Brampton campus location. So that what student always looking forward to study in big cities like Brampton, Toronto, Mississauga, because almost big companies, multinational companies, IT companies located in downtown. So we are located in Greater Toronto location we have. But as I said, like we launched this campus last year in 2019, but we're rapidly growing this campus. We are expanding this campus hopefully by end of the year. But the majority of the program we have in Susan campus location. So the great advantage in Brampton, because majority of the students we have from India, students from Punjab, they are really enjoying the campus, the facilities, the professor, they are really helping hand for international student. They're actually enjoying the university life being an international student. So in Brampton, we are currently offering you Bachelor's of Business Administration, Biology, Computer Science, Accounting, Economics, as well as in graduate certificate level, we are offering you Business Program, Human Resource Management. We can offer you Information Technology, as well as the program we have recently launched, Project Management. So these are the few programs we have currently in Brampton campus location. But as I said, majority of the program we have in Susan campus location. So if student from any background, arts, commerce, medical, non-medical, it doesn't matter. Algoma University welcoming all the international students right now, because we have a 3 major intakes in a year: Jan, May, and currently September 2020. Because as you know, September is quite biggest intake we have, but we are probably trying to expanding and probably like opening all the program for undergrad and postgrad students. So it doesn't matter